Hello, my lovelies. Today I have my July wrap-up vlog, so stay tuned. So this might be my shortest ever because I only ended up reading 6 books for the entire month of July. I think I was a little slumpy. I was a little burned out from the month prior, so I did not read nearly as much. And I can't say that I had a bunch of other stuff going on. My brain was like, no, I can't read. And I wasn't really vlogging either. So I will tell you the best of my ability about these books and what I rated them and what they're about and all of that. I can't necessarily remember the order that I read them. I do remember that the very first book that I read was The Enchantress Returns, which is book 2 in the Land of Stories series by Chris Colfer. And I think I gave that one 4 stars. I very much enjoyed it. The kids, it's now, I think, a couple of years later from the first book, and they find themselves back in the Land of Stories. And the Enchantress, she's like the Maleficent. And she is like kidnapping the heirs to all the kingdoms. And that's essentially what it's about. And I enjoyed it. I don't know that I enjoyed it quite as much as I did the first book, but I did still very much enjoy it. I believe the next book that I completed was The Institute by Stephen King. And I want to say I gave that one 4 or 4.5 stars. And this follows, well, we have this special kid, I can't remember what his name is, but he is super smart, and he's like, I can't remember, 10 or 11 or 12, something like that. And he's now like been he's been part of this like school for like highly intelligent students. Most of these highly intelligent students in this school tend to have like other kinds of issues where they don't necessarily fit in the regular world. But our main character, he does. He's like every other kid his age, except he's incredibly smart. And he is telepathic. And he's gotten accepted into these big Ivy League schools. And well, right before that, his family is murdered and he is kidnapped and taken to this government facility where other kids like him with these special abilities are being essentially tortured to try to manifest other abilities in them, and they want to use them for government purposes. I actually really enjoyed it. Then I think the next thing I read was Never Have I Ever by Jocelyn Jackson. This one is like an adult thriller, mystery kind of thing, where it starts out like these women are all, like it's a group of women in the neighborhood, a regular suburban neighborhood, and they're all having this book club when this new woman shows up, like dressing all like super hot and everything, and just kind of takes over the night and starts getting everybody drunk and getting them to play Never Have I Ever and trying to like get them to spill their secrets. And she knows one of these women's secrets already, and she's there to get what she has coming. And I enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars. Then I read or reread City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare, and this is the 4th book in the Mortal Instruments series, and this was a reread for me. 5 stars. I absolutely love this series. Then I think the next thing that I completed was Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. This was the buddy read for my coffee patrons. And Bethany, who is my book buddy of the month, actually selected it, and she also selected us to watch the movie. And I was nervous about going into this movie because I ended up telling my coffee patrons that I was giving it 3 stars, but upon further thinking about the book, I think it's more like a 2.5 star for me. It's pretty much just this toxic relationship between these two students in college, and she's like getting away from her father, who is this big gambling guy, and he's drawn her into this world, and she just wants to have a regular life. And then he is fighting his way through college, like he's part of this like underground fighting ring and using the money to pay for college, and they're just not good for each other at all. So yeah, I was not a big fan of the book. But the movie, on the other hand, the movie made a lot of changes, and I actually really enjoyed the movie. Like, if I were to rate the movie the same way I rate books, I would rate the movie 4 out of 5 stars, and I would totally watch it again. And I was like, this movie really makes me want to continue reading the series, but I don't want to put myself through that. Like, I actually have the second book in the series, and I've decided I'm unhauling it because I don't want to read it. I didn't enjoy the experience of reading the first one. However, when the next movie comes out, I will 100% watch it. 100%. It was so good. I definitely recommend the movie. And then I believe the last book that I finished was Where the Crawdads Sing by Delilah Owens. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. This follows a girl who, well, it goes back and forth in time. So the book starts out with, there's been this body found of this guy named Chase, and they're trying to determine who, what happened to him, and was it murder, was it an accident, what was it, and if it was murder, who did it. And then we go back in time to Kaya is her name. She lives out in the marsh, and she's got a hard life. All of her siblings have left. Her mother eventually leaves as well, and she's just stuck there with her like alcoholic father. And eventually he leaves too. And she's like 10 years old and completely on her own. She went to school one day her entire life, and she was bullied, and so she never went back. And she had to figure out how to survive on her own. And so we get her story growing up and all the issues that she's had to deal with, and relationships she's had, and how Chase plays into this as well. And then she is the main suspect in this murder, and we go through the whole trial and all of that, and I enjoyed it. I can't remember what I rated it. I can't remember if I said 3.5 or 4 stars, but I do want to watch the movie. I think I probably rated it 4 stars because I think this is one that I would read again, and I would recommend to others to read. Like other people I know, I don't know if this book's for everybody, but I did enjoy it. And I think that was all 6. Let me double check. Yeah, that's it. This is a very, very, very short video. Have you guys read any of them? Did you like them? Did you not? Comment down below and let me know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.